sometimes in life you just get yourself into a pickle. So right now we're gonna start pulling all this apart on the side of the road. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about the Alltrack. Finally, a lot of you guys have been requesting another Alltrack video, and I have been wanting to work on the Alltrack because I'm sick of working on the cabbie. What do you have to say for yourself? He wants to work on the cabbie all the time, and I am just done with that car right now because we made so many videos about it.
I'm pretty stoked about this one though.
Good,
this should be good.
As you should be, because this is the proper car.
Yeah.
But all jokes aside, today we have a pretty interesting mod for the Alltrack. We're going to be installing a GTI interior because the Alltrack seats are like okay, but they're like this fake leather, and Jason has all these reasons as to why he wants the GTI seats.
It's mainly just the bolstering. Like, oh, these are rear seats, you can't tell, but like, oh, you can't see this one either.
Well, we can show them the Alltrack front seat.
We can show them, yeah. Let's go take a look at one of those. They're just flat lawn chairs.
I mean, they do have bolsters. They have some small bolsters on the side, but these are just not amazing. They're more for comfort, which of course this is the Alltrack. It's kind of more of a dad wagon, as you like to say.
It is a dad wagon.
So we'll show you guys in a minute, but the new GTI seats are much more bolstering because they're a little sportier, you know? So yeah. That's what we're working on today. And of course, we've got ourselves in a pickle because we can't put anything in the garage right now. It's a complete disaster. And I can't even show you guys what's going on in there because there's like a surprise in there. So there's just a lot of stuff coming for the Porsche and the Mustang and things like that are all hidden in the garage. So today's video takes place on the side of the road. It's the classic Kaidan way. I mean, originally we were thinking about going and doing this in the parking garage at OSU because I made a couple of videos there, but we just decided that this might be a little too in-depth for that because we're not even sure which tools we need. So we're doing it right here. It's gonna be a good day. It's hot outside, but it's starting to cool off and we finally have some shade from the trees. So the lighting is gonna be terrible, but it feels good outside. So we just moved the GTI seat over here. If you look, they're a lot more narrow. The bolsters are much taller, nice and bolstering, I guess. Unfortunately, I can't sit in it and lean it back because it's electric, so we need to plug it in and get it in there before we can adjust it or anything. But then of course we'll do a seating test, which will be good.
Absolutely.
All the tools are in the dirt. Heck yeah. Hand me one of them there triple squares.
There you go, sir.
Thank you. There we go. Make sure you perfect your forehead for him. Your face must be scrunched along the back of the seat in front of you. Ow. My eye. Of course, seat bolts are like unnecessarily long. The brackets are like as thin as a piece of paper, and yet the bolt's like 4 inches long.
The bracket's gonna distribute the force on it out though.
But if it was distributing the force, it should be like a half as long bolt with like a double as wide head on the... Whatever. Stupid engineering stuff no one cares about. This is just a weird bolt.
Anyways, moving on.
That's the point.
We're gonna get that one out now.
Oh, if you lean the seat forward, I could get to it. The camera wasn't recording, but we got this other bolt down. We just lean the seat forward. It's coming along nicely. 2 bolts down. Only like 8 to go. Oh wow, my feet are just under the seat now.
Give me that there.
Hold on, I can't move my feet.
Well, sucks for you, boy.
It just trapped me, dude. What the heck?
Yo, is that a freaking...
Yo,
Zach.
Dude, this can't
Zach,
be monetized.
Oh, this is hot.
Yeah. Oh, it's so hot. Oh. It's so hot what you're doing right now. These are some quality harsh shadows from the sunlight.
Yeah, I know. I was noticing that.
Hey, I told them the lighting wasn't going to be good in this video.
I don't think they care about lighting.
They might. They're like, ugh, look at this video. It's so hard to watch. Thumbs down. Oh, someone else is showing up here now. This is a disaster. Okay, we got the bolts out of the front. So now we're not going to disconnect anything because the battery's still connected. We're just trying to pull all the bolts out real quick. Yeah, just so we don't explode an airbag in our face. Not that that would happen, but you know, you never know. Got to be careful. Just going to go ahead and disconnect that. Nice. So one thing about the seats is that the little connection, I think some different models have like a different number of connectors. So hopefully the GTI will have the same connectors as the Alltrack, but if they're different, we might have to do some wire splicing.
I only see 2 right here, not the little tiny third one.
The tiny third one might be in the same one as the big black one.
Well, this one's a big red one, not a big black one. There's only 2 like housings here.
Bro, what did I tell you about clips? Push it in and then push the tab and then pull it out.
This pull tab is what locks it in and it's already out. It's just pressured into here.
Sometimes you need to push them down and pull the tab all the way. Here, let me do it.
You want to do it?
Yeah, let me do it.
Oh. Oh, that's where it comes apart at. I was trying to pull it from a different spot. Ooh. E46 M3.
Ooh. Is it the convertible one?
Yes. Still an E46 M3. I agree.
Convertible.
I agree though. I do agree. Would I still take it? Yes.
Simp.
Yes.
Okay, seats coming out. Should we pull it out the back
Yeah,
seat?
yeah, pull it out the back. I believe that's the way you do it.
Interesting. Oh, wow.
Or maybe not. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I know just as well as you do.
I think I'm gonna pull out the front.
Okay. Just don't scratch anything up with the rails because they are violent.
Yeah.
They are really freaking violent. And thumbnail right there.
What? My
Just birthing a baby just straight out of the car. Okay, wow, what this is telling me is that I should vacuum my car. I thought my car was clean.
Yo, dude. We're rich. Look at that.
Oh my god,
I'm gonna go back to 1965 and get a soda.
Rich. Oh my goodness, wow.
Heck
I
yeah.
can't believe it. Heads.
It was heads.
Hey.
Hiya.
Hiya.
I don't know what this third connector is for.
I don't know what the third connector's for either. Do we just like not use it and see what happens? I mean, we can just plug the connectors in without bolting the seat in or anything and just see if everything works. Yeah, I could ask the boys, see what they
let's
think.
just send them a picture to the Facebook bros. We're just gonna ask some people real quick and see what they think. Cause you're right. Like if this car doesn't have the connector for it, then just having it there, it'll just become vestigial, like a freaking appendix or something.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the seats side by side. That one is our stock seat from the Alltrack. This one's the GTI. After some closer inspection, it looks like they have these control modules on the front. So the harnesses are slightly different on the parts that plug into the car because this GTI seat has this small black connector and then this black one that's bigger and then the yellow for the airbag. That one just has one singular red one and a yellow connector. But if you look at the seat, there's all these different connectors for like the airbag and things of that nature, and the seat belt plug and all that. All these harnesses and connectors are the same on both sides. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna disconnect all these little connections, and then we're gonna pull the harness off of that with the control module, and then we'll put that control module onto this seat and plug it into all the connectors. And he's talking with the Facebook boys. They've done it with Golf R seats, but the difference is that Golf R seats have electric forward and backwards, whereas the GTI has a manual forward and backwards, and so does the Alltrack as well. So this should work. I'm gonna listen to what they say, but also I'm gonna go ahead and just try to swap this over.
I think it'll work too.
Worst case scenario, it's not gonna work, but I mean, literally these harnesses are identical. The only thing that's different is just the control module and the connector that plugs into the car. So as long as we have the harness from the stock seat plugging into all the other OEM plugs that have, it literally has the same exact color wires and everything.
Yep.
It should work. If I'm wrong, then we'll just swap it back, and I was wrong.
Too.
All right, so we going time lapse?
Yeah, I think so.
Time lapse. All right, so I've pulled the harness off of the Alltrack seat, so now we're just gonna go through all this wiring mess. I know it probably looks pretty bad, but I kind of have an idea of where every connector goes, and as you connect them, it gets a little bit easier. You just take it one at a time. And also, my trick is to like find the things that mount. So for example, the control module mounts right here, so you mount this, and so like obviously, oh crap, you can barely see it. This connector isn't going to plug in up here because it's only so long. So you just go through, you connect the ones that are close, and then you connect the ones as you get further away from the module. And then we are going to need to do some splicing because this ground connection, I couldn't find the socket to pull that off. But then also this one, it uses the same wires inside of the harness, but I just could not figure out where that even goes to. I think it goes like up into the side of the seat. So we're gonna do a little bit of wire splicing, which is cool because I haven't done any like custom wiring in a while. But after that, this seat should be ready to go in the car, and then we'll have to do it on the driver's side. All right, boys, the wiring king has done it again. I went ahead and I swapped over the harness. I soldered up the ground, which you guys would have just seen, this one over here, and then the 3 wires that were in this one big collective wire, I just soldered them all individually and then wrapped them up with some electrical tape. I wish I could have put heat shrink over that, but because I had to do each wire individually, I find that it's just easier to use electrical tape. It's just a small patch, and of course it's going under the seat, so like, do you
No one's gonna see it.
Yeah, no one's gonna care.
It's gonna be just fine.
So we're gonna go ahead and get that in there, hook the battery up, and test it, and hopefully it works.
Your ass is brown.
I was sitting in the dirt. Okay, give me a break. Don't scratch it.
Don't scratch it. I've already scraped up this interior enough with them.
There we go. Now I can just grab this. This stupid car doesn't even realize it's got new seats put in. It thinks all is well.
Yeah, swap his freaking brain over.
Yeah, exactly. When people try to tell you that computers are gonna take over the world, just show them this car. All right, so I'm sitting in the back seat here. We've got the front seat in its place. Jason is tightening that bolt in, so go ahead and come over here. Put this guy in. It's gonna work out just fine. Then we'll get him tightened down, and then we will start up the car, reconnect the battery, and see if the seat will move back. So I may have spoken too soon, because if the seat doesn't work, then the car tricked us. And robots are gonna take over the world one day, so.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, so moment of truth. We'll see if my wiring worked. I mean, the airbag didn't go off, so I did something right. Oh, dude, it's working.
The question is, do the heated seats work?
I don't know. I'm not sitting in a hot seat in this weather. Okay, so we made a slight mistake, but it's okay. That rail was just too far forward, so we just took this bolt back out, and then we pulled the little handle up, and then we slid the rail back, and now this should fit down in there, just like so.
We may need to loosen them and try to get this to go.
Get out.
This seat feels really weird in this car, because I've been in these seats many times before, but always in like a GTI.
Right.
I like it. They feel nice.
Let me try it out.
Nice and bolstered. Good stuff. Also, I think the heated seat's on. You let me know if you think it is also.
Okay. Okay, let's see about this. Oh, definitely way more bolstering. That's awesome.
Right? That's the main point of swapping them.
Yeah, at least
the bolster.
These seats feel good. They're not tall enough. Like, okay, auto manufacturers in general, I always think they drop the ball on this. There's no reason why they can't just make these more height adjustable. This could probably come up a little bit, but they're always like, they only have a couple notches and then the headrest just comes out. That's always so frustrating for big tall dudes like me. Like, I'm 6'2", and I always have issues with headrests not being high enough. And then the top of the seat, well, these ones are good, but in a lot of older cars, the top of the seat has a big bulge. And that's always so frustrating because it pushes my shoulders forward.
The mid-2010s, like Fords, they had a big bulge here, and then their headrests are literally like this.
Yeah, and they say it's for safety, but it's like,
and they're super annoying because you're driving on. I'm short. Yeah. I'm sitting in it like this.
I'd rather die comfortable.
Yeah. Okay. So you feel how that seat feels?
Yeah.
Get a good, nice feeling for it, and then switch here. Okay.
All right. Bet.
All right. Switch.
Oh, dude, these are straight dookie.
I know.
These are bad.
I know. I got back in that, and I was like, "Oh no, this is a lawn chair."
Look at this. I'm literally just sliding around. You try doing that.
Yeah, you can't do that. I am narrower than you are, and I still can't slide around in this one. And it holds on the bottom. It holds on the sides. Yeah. Also, now I'm getting hot.
Yeah, turn that off.
Does work.
Yeah. So as far as we can tell, all the things work. The airbag didn't go off when we plugged it back in. The heated seat is working. The adjustment is working. So I guess my wiring job worked.
I have one of them.
Dude, I'm talking to the boys.
I don't care. I have that dog.
This guy. We're going to repeat the same process that we did on the passenger side with the driver's seat. So I don't think I'm going to show that. I might show a time lapse of just the wiring and whatnot, but I'll just get back to you guys for sure when we are putting the driver's seat back into the car. So I got in the driver's seat out now. I decided not to record it or anything, like I said, but I just wanted to go ahead and point something out. On this car, the driver's side doesn't have that weird control module, so this should be easier because it's still the same. All the harnesses and connections are the same, except the only difference is that they have a slightly different connection for the inside of the car. So we're just gonna go ahead and take the harness off of this, plug it into all those connectors, and then put it back in the car. Alright guys, so the wiring harness is swapped over from that seat to the new seat. Now we're just gonna go ahead and get it in the car. My freaking ass hurts. I've been sitting on the concrete just soldering for like, I don't even know how long it's been. It's been a while, but we're losing daylight. So we're gonna go ahead and get this front seat in, get it hooked up and everything, and then we're gonna start working on the back.
No, head came out first.
Are you sure? No, I think on this one it was ass first.
I thought it was head slips back in and then pulls the ass in.
I don't know. I'm a virgin.
Oh, you got about an inch to go in the back. There you go.
You said an inch was a lot when we were putting the seats in your car. What changed? You said an inch was a lot when you were getting your hair cut. Hmm?
It's all about perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta put the little snap in?
I don't know where it is.
Here, I do. One sec, boys. You really did kind of mutilate this boy, didn't you?
Give me the thing.
There's the bottom part and there's the little top piece.
Yeah.
Not like we can see what's going on anyways, but there's just a little snap.
I'm putting a little snap in a hole.
You want to line it up from the back again?
Oh yeah, I want to line it up from the back.
Dear Lord, this is getting demonetized.
Whoa, what are you talking about? I'm talking about putting the seats in the car.
I don't know, what?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Don't lift anything up, just lift the thing.
Lever's lifted.
There we go.
You got it?
Yep. Hand me some bolts. Don't forget the proper form of putting your head on the back of the seat when you go to tighten the bolts in. So, a little bit of confusion there. We ended up unbolting the seat real quick because we had an empty connector on the harness and we were like, oh, it's fine, doesn't matter. That empty connector was for the seat belt, and the seat that Jason got on the driver's side didn't have the seat belt buckle. And so we ended up having to go and pull this off of the other seat, and then that's what our connection was for on the harness. But now it's all good.
Now you have a seat in your lap in the back seat.
Yeah, this is real uncomfortable. It's like pinching my leg. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah. Oh God. All right, so we've got the front complete, so now we're just gonna move on to the back seat. It should be relatively straightforward, although there's some clips that are kind of a pain, so we're just gonna keep going. Is that recording?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so he just kind of pushed his hands into the abyss. Ow, ow, ow. And then...
It was actually just like that.
Yeah, it was. Oh, the trick is you have to push down on it. He was like trying to rip them out. That's not what you do. You get your finger underneath the edge, and then you just push down on the baby.
And it like rotates down.
Yeah, exactly. Oh wow, my pushing down strength isn't as good with my right hand. I wonder why.
Gotta get more practice.
That hand's only good for pulling up.
He means when he's using a wrench.
Yeah, exactly. What else would I be talking about?
Oh, vacuum time. Hey, it's a penny. We're rich. Tiny little bolt going in right through there. As long as it's not gonna like rattle loose, then yeah, you're fine.
Your car's not loud enough to rattle bolts loose. I'm sorry, Jason. Look at that.
Pop, 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 pop. We're done. Oh yeah, let's go. GTI interior, look at that boy. That was fun. I kind of like that.
Yeah, it was great. So fun. All right, so there it is. The complete GTI interior Alltrack retrofit, because we are the kings of retrofit. Me mostly, but I guess you're kind of part of that now too.
By proxy.
I'm fairly certain that this video has plenty of footage now, so if you guys like today's video, make sure you leave a like down below, especially if you've never seen some sort of retro conversion like this. And if you guys want to see more stuff like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I do a lot of retrofitting on this channel. Start to finish, this is a 4-hour job, so not too bad. I've got a lot more stuff coming, so if you don't have the... dang, these guys are going hard on basketball back there. If you don't have notifications turned on, make sure you turn those on, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, and dream big.